Yo, do you want to see the sickest shit ever? I'm just asking.
I'm
just asking. You know? I'm just like, you can say no. I'm just saying. I got the shit. You know.
You got that good stuff?
I got that good shit.
You got the good shit? Do I have to go on any rides or anything that I wouldn't want to do?
No. In fact, you could just have it. Here, let's shake on it. We'll shake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just shake. Yeah,
okay.
That sounds like a deal. You don't want anything?
Nothing at all. Let's make a deal right now.
Alright, sounds good. Where are we? Hell.
Dogs. They're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Join us on a dazzling cinematic adventure down the highway to hell. A winding route that stretches from here to eternity.
Kansas anymore.
Discover the warm, energetic, inventive, and friendly inhabitants of hell.
Can you tell me the quickest way to hell?
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Learn how a people steeped in tradition have made their city a thriving modern metropolis.
It's the cop from hell!
And meet the individuals who have made hell the international hotspot it is today.
I am the Prince of Princes.
We've heard that story before, haven't we?
Highway to Hell. An unforgettable journey from Sovereign Pictures.
Now we'll have some fun.
Welcome to Rough Cuts. I'm your host, Ilya, and I got my wonderful co-host, Boix, here today.
Hello?
You just, woke me up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday and said, hey, do you want to see the best shit that you've seen the last 4 years? And I went, yeah, I guess.
Well, I gave you a couple options, and I went over the first one. I'm like, this is gonna be some sick shit.
This is gonna be the best thing ever. Also, this one has werewolves and gangs, and I'm like, why the fuck would you offer something else? You're pumping this movie up, you want to see the sickest shit imaginable? Look at this, look at the synopsis, look at this looks fucking rad! And I'm like, okay, yeah, so, and then you're like, okay, and that's option one. And I'm like, well, wait, what do you mean option one? Or do you want to watch some total fucking trash? Gee, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the first one. That one sounds good.
Maybe the first one. I mean, I have chosen a lot of total trash over the years, so.
Look, sometimes I pick a winner. All right.
Oh my god.
This was a absolute, not even just a winner. I think this is a hidden gem of a film, which is a very absolutely loaded term. But I think this is the correct use case for that term.
Yeah, this is. I think, I don't know if it's my favorite thing that we've discovered out of this. It's up there,
It's up there. It's up there. It has a lot of problems, but you know what?
Yes. Yeah.
It's all in, and it has dumb fun with it the whole time.
Yes, that's so this is a schlocky B movie in the way that you want a schlocky B movie to be. So I guess that there's kind of like a continuum in some ways, right? Mm-hmm. You have the schlocky B movies that are fun because nobody understands what they're doing, and they're all just the worst at it, and they think that they're doing the best.
They're fun because they're fucking up so much, and they don't realize it. Yes.
And they don't and not only do they not realize it, what they think they're doing, the best movie ever.
Yes.
And that's really fun, because it shows a passion for it and a weirdness that doesn't come through in normal films. And then there's schlocky B movies where it's somebody who knows what they're doing and they understand filmmaking, but they're like, fuck art. I don't need to make some high art. Do you guys want to go to some goddamn In-N-Out at 3 a.m.? Fuck yeah, we want to go to some goddamn In-N-Out at 3 a.m. Paul Giamatti, you want to come down and set your Golden Globe down at the In-N-Out? Did you see that?
You want to just write some shit.
You just want to write some shit and just enjoy it?
Yeah,
and, like,
no, I
that's
get it.
This.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought the whole Stiller family.
Yes! Yeah, there's the whole Stiller family.
It's
Ben,
not even...
Amy, Jerry, and Mira, the whole gang.
It's 4 of them, yeah.
Yep. The whole gang's there. Oh, man.
They got, like, a rock star. They got the band of groupies that were running around in the motorcycle gang, or, like, a British rock band, apparently. They're actually just a band.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Was that Happy Faces?
I don't know.
Was that the band that did the soundtrack?
The band that did the penis music? I don't know if they did the penis music, but
that might have. I wonder if that's the case.
I was trying to look up Happy Faces, which is the band that did the soundtrack for most of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's very little information. They stopped making soundtracks and movie music in the 90s.
Yeah, okay.
And now they're like a yoga coach. So, I don't know.
Huh.
They made R&B penis music. I don't know what they do now.
God, just like some wild jazz shit for like all these chase scenes and stuff.
Like, you have a movie called Highway to Hell. There's a very obvious band you have in mind for Highway to Hell, right?
Yes.
And you're gonna do sex, drug, rock and roll, and like, and you're gonna get that band. And then they tried to get AC/DC, and they couldn't afford them.
So, I don't know that they ever tried. I don't think they wanted that. I think that they were like, you know what? Everybody's going to expect that. Let's just go in the wildest, stupidest direction possible away from that.
Yeah.
Let's do penis music.
I don't know how else to describe it. It's penis music. I don't know what else it is.
I have no idea what you mean by penis music, but I find it amazing.
It's like R&B mixed with 80s rock or something. It's no sense.
I mean, it starts out, so the beginning of the movie, I started laughing about 15 seconds in, because they're doing the credits, and it's like this nice piano music, and there's like you said, like R&B kind of singing over it at first, and then it goes, yeah! Over it, and you're like, and I was just like, holy shit, like, just immediately does the, like, that, like, really bad 80s hair metal, like, yeah, over it, and I'm like, what? What is happening?
Well, yeah.
It's like somebody doing a bad Nickelback impression.
Or like when Metallica started just being absolute shit. Like, it's just that. It's so funny. Good. But, like, over, like, piano R&B, like, like, it's so weird. It's so such weird music.
And the entirety of the film, it's this, like, eclectic, bizarre mashup of music.
Yes.
That feels like a shitpost.
Yeah, but it fits the movie.
But it fits,
is the thing.
And it's like, whoa, what the? I don't even know how to feel about this.
Because this movie feels like a bizarre shitpost, the whole thing.
Yes.
Yes. And one of the things, I was really disappointed, because I looked it up, because I was like, holy shit, is that Rob Lowe? Like, in the first main character gets introduced, and it's Kristen Stewart. Ugh. And Rob Lowe, I thought, was there. And I'm like, man, that looks so much like young Rob Lowe. Who is that? Is that Rob Lowe? And so then I looked it up, and it's Chad Lowe. But it spoiled me on something. that I was so sad not to get as a surprise.
I'm the blessed one here who didn't
when
look
you
up
got
the cast.
blessed, you were like, well, because at one point, so
Yeah.
the plot of this is that, I guess, okay, really, really quickly, broad strokes plot. Guy and girl go down a road in the middle of the night that, like, has all of the horror tropes of, like, oh, you don't want to go down there at night, that's an abandoned highway, all that stuff, and then it's the highway to hell, name of the movie.
And it leads them to hell, and they have to get back. Like, they
have to get back.
That's the basic lore.
And when they're in hell, at one point, you're like, wait a minute, is that a swastika? I'm like, Boix, it's hell. And you're like, oh, of course, okay, yeah, all right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're like, is that like just like random Nazi? And I'm like, yeah, it's hell. And you're like, oh, okay. It wasn't just a random Nazi, though.
It was a very
because I saw
one.
it in the cast. It is Hitler, and it is Hitler played
by Gilbert
Gottfried.
And it's really good.
It's very good. No, I am not Hitler. I am Bob. I tell them that over and over. I don't belong in hell.
Did they need that?
They're going to be so embarrassed when they find out that I'm actually Bob and I'm not Hitler. I was definitely not Hitler.
In fact, I'm 19 years old. I like to listen to heavy metal. I like to sit in my room and play air guitar. I like to dance around the room in my underwear.
Would you just get over it and get therapy like I did?
No, I'm not Hitler and I should not be sitting at the same table with the Flintstones.
I can't deal with this.
This is just in the middle of the movie for no reason. Just because they could get Gilbert Gottfried and they talk.
No reason. The reason is that it's amazing. That's the reason.
I think what you missed also during that scene where he's playing cards with Cleopatra and Attila the Hun is that Attila the Hun is also Ben Stiller in that scene.
Oh, I noticed. Yeah, no, I noticed that. Yeah, okay. I knew.
It's real dumb. It's real dumb.
Yup.
This movie's hard to talk about in like a straightforward way because it's not really
a straightforward
vignettes,
film.
But it feels like you've just come out of a bad dream.
Yeah. The way that you were describing it when we were watching it is that it has a lot of like that Friday the 13th dream-like schlock kind of.
You mean
Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know why I said Friday the 13th because we were talking about the actor for Hell Cop.
We haven't mentioned Hell Cop yet.
We have not mentioned Hell Cop yet. But the actor for Hell Cop plays Jason at one point, so we were talking about Friday the 13th. So it's just in my head. Yeah.
But it feels like that dream-like where you're going from place to place and nothing ever quite fits. Almost like the movie, I wouldn't say it's stylistically like Brazil, but that dream-like, everything's kind of off.
Yes.
And goofy.
Yeah, every scene is absolutely... Because, like, just examples, they'll be going down the highway and there is a split-second cut to... Because he's supposed to now find the shortcut to hell at one point. Once he gets onto the highway to hell, there's another highway that's a shortcut.
He's got to do the sub-story to the side quest to hell. Yeah,
basically, yeah. And there's a road to nowhere that he's looking for. And it does this one frame almost shot of a billboard for the road to nowhere, and it has like 12 jokes on it.
There's so many jokes.
Things like that. Like everything is just, and it's really weird, zany shit all over it. Like there's like a big skull, and it's like highway commissioned by Attila the Hun, and like highway commissioner Attila the Hun, and all this weird stuff on it.
Or there's like a construction crew building a road, and then they're just letting people in as they're telling them like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know the kid was drinking bleach, but it's his own fault anyway. Or I didn't know he was still alive when I pulled the cord. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
And then they pave them with good intentions literally by turning them into pavement in a machine, like fucking the walls, another brick in the wall. In the grinder. Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
It even says, Good Intentions Paving Company. And it's like all severed limbs and stuff being put onto the road.
It's a joke a minute. A joke a minute. Every single time you look at the screen, there's another joke.
And it's all weird, like, hell lore and stuff. So it's all very strange and...
We watched a movie with world building.
Yeah.
There's world building, right? Mm-hmm. So at the beginning of the movie, like Charlie and Rachel and Mr. Ben, their cool dog.
Which is our cool dog. You thought this wasn't a dog movie. You were wrong.
They're driving down the road. They're going to Vegas to get married. And they think a cop is running after them because of something. I think it's because they're eloping. And they don't want her mom to know. I think that's the plot.
I don't know, because they said that the mom did know. He said, like, your mom will...
But yes, she already knew, but he thinks that she's going to, like, try and catch them to stop them or something. It's loose. I don't think it's important.
Something weird. Yeah. And they say, like, what we're doing is technically illegal. And, like, so I don't... Yeah. There's some weirdness. It's like a thought about, like, okay, these people are... And it's because they want to have sex, honestly, is what it is.
That's it. Yeah, that's why.
Very much that. Yeah.
But they're going down the road. They think a cop is following them, so they take a side road. The cop drives by. This is the same cop who at the diner was playing Outrun on video game console arcade, which is important later for video games. Don't worry.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
It's the dumbest thing. But so they're going down that side road, and they happen upon the last chance stop for gas.
Yes. God.
Right? And the last chance stop has a very awkward, touchy guy.
Yeah.
Who's like trying to warn them to not go on the road at night. But if they do, make sure they go straight past the 2 Joshua trees and take a left.
Yeah, do not pull over and fall asleep before the second Joshua tree. And you have to remember that.
This is like classic horror trope. And classic indie comic horror trope of like the Night Strangler or whatever, you know, that type of thing. And as they're going down the road, of course they fall asleep and they get pulled over by the Hell Cop.
Yes.
Who handcuffs... Rachel.
Handcuffs. Okay, you can't just say handcuff.
Yes, I can.
I mean, you can, but you're doing a disservice. And this is what we mean about, like, every scene is just full of weird, wacky, strange hell stuff. Like, on his car is to oppress and enslave.
To oppress and enslave or something goofy, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And it was like an E and an E, though, but like something and enslave. And he's got like all these scars carved in, like runes carved all over his skin. And
the idea for the writing on his skin, I think, came from like a Clive Barker movie. They're like, oh, we should do that too. Because that's such a good idea.
Yeah, he looks very like Hellraiser or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got like these big sunglasses on, and he's got like an anarchy symbol as his like cop badge, and like
pentagrams,
all his shit, like pentagrams all over him, all this kind of thing. And he has these handcuffs, which are hands.
They're just hands.
On a chain.
Yeah.
So they grab you and hold you because they're handcuffs.
But he punches Charlie like on top of the car, knocking him out. And then Mr. Ben attacks the Hell Cop and he punches Mr. Ben, knocking him back.
Bastard
cop. Cop attacking a dog? I don't know. Sounds unlikely.
Man, yeah. This movie is wild.
And then there's even more lore. It's like the Hell Cop does a pentagram with his hand to cause the door handle to disappear in his cop car.
Yeah, it's how he controls his cop car, is by making, like, upside-down crosses, like he's, like, a weird Catholic.
Which is important for later. And like,
it sets up and pays off like a movie does.
And when Charlie goes back to the last chance stop and meets the creepy pervert mechanic again, the mechanic's like, oh yeah, by the way, I didn't tell you it was a hell road because you wouldn't believe me. That road goes to hell. There's a Hell Cop, and the road leads to Hell City.
There's 2 roads down there. There's a road within a road.
What?
You can't see it. It's there all right. I've been there.
Where?
The highway to hell.
Highway to hell? This is not a joke! I I'm not kidding! Okay, can you please just tell me where there's a phone?
You can't phone hell, boy. You can drive there, but you can't phone hell.
Anyway, here's a special gun that fires special bullets that was made by my dead wife, who
was also abducted by Hellcop.
Got abducted by Hellcop 50 years ago, and that's why I'm on this road. And I have my special, like, 50s roadster
my 50s
that I
roadster
have.
Hellcar.
That's just to go to hell, and here's a teddy bear that's a timer for 24 hours, so that you have to get out of hell in 24 hours, or you're stuck there forever, and on and on and on, and you just
and my car has a cool special thing that I forgot to tell you, which definitely won't come up later.
No, come back, it's a special thing, you gotta know!
And all of this, Charlie's hearing all of this, is like, no, that makes sense, I saw Hellcop. I'm gonna go kill that fucker.
Time to go get him.
But like, it sets up all this world building, and the world just accepts it, right?
Yes.
And in modern day, it would set up all this world building, and then the character would say, "Wow, that's stupid."
Yeah,
right?
It feels like you would have some kind of
you would have
pushback.
some smart ass remark about it, right? Like looking at the camera, talking to the audience. But in this movie, it's just that's the Hellcop. You have to drive to
I
hell.
don't even think that that's a modern movie problem, honestly. I think that, and I don't necessarily think it's always a problem, but it's nice in a way that it just, like, it's like, okay, we're not gonna do the, like, oh, he's not sure about it, he's gonna go and, like, find other cops or call somebody for help or do all this stuff first and then slowly believe. No, we're just gonna have him go to hell. He's just gonna go to hell and have a fucking rad time.
And what I need to point out about this world building and how all in it is this is like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's so quick to get to the point, set up the plot, and just get you on that roller coaster ride.
I was worried because I thought the one problem that I was having with it was I'm like, okay, this is a great setup, this is wild so far, and the sets are incredible. Like, Hellcop's car, we haven't gotten into Hellcop's car. Like, Hellcop comes through, and he's got, like, this heavily modified car that's shooting flames out the back of it and all his shit. He's got, like, his gun is this weird sci-fi, like, RoboCop-ass gun. It's just, like, things like that. So there's all this shit that I was super in on, and I thought, okay, but it's going so fast.
It's gonna slow, right?
They're gonna have to bog it down, because how is the rest of, like, there's an hour and a half of movie left. This has taken 5 to 10 minutes. How are we going to have an hour and a half of him in hell? And the answer is by being fucking radder every 5 minutes.
Because they have an hour and a half in hell. That's how.
Yeah, to just get wilder and wilder shit
cool
going.
Shit.
Yeah.
This is like your old Conan the Barbarians type of story of just wandering around as weird random fantasy shit happens.
Yes.
Right to the party as the party gets collected. And it's also like Pee-wee's Big Adventure with stop motion and just wild characters and cowboys out of nowhere and a biker gang.
It's just a classic adventure movie. Yeah.
But it also feels like it was directed by Sam Raimi somehow. Because there's Evil Dead
definitely
vibes.
has some weird zoom-ins and stuff. One thing that I should actually mention is it was written by Brian Helgeland, who, I hope I'm saying that right, but it was the writer for LA Confidential, and won an Academy Award for that right afterwards. Like, this movie actually has some chops, which is, really? Like, it has real talent and stuff in it.
So Charlie gets to hell by using the Back to the Future formula of driving the exact right speed down Hell Road and believing enough that he'll go there.
Yes.
To the point where he has to yell, "I believe!" as he drives. I believe. You just gotta believe in Satan.
But also, and this kind of goes to the, like, he's not going to get help from anybody. He just is immediately all in on this. he gets pulled over at first. Like, there's a
Thinking
cop
it's
car
the hell cop, yeah.
that starts trying to pull him over as he's going like, well, I believe, and he's speeding at like 120 miles an hour down this highway. And so a car comes out and is red and blue lights kind of after him. He stops. And he gets his shotgun that was given to him by the guy.
His magic shotgun, yeah.
When the cop comes up, he grabs him by the throat and puts his gun in his face and goes, "Give me my girlfriend back, you motherfucker," kind of thing. And then he's like,
yeah.
Oh, shit. Because it's just a regular cop. And the cop's like just shitting his pants because there's this dude that's got a shotgun in his face. So then he floors it off and drives into hell as he's screaming, "I believe." So it's like, it's great because it's like, oh yeah, he already is so in, he's like gonna fucking blow away a regular cop because he's just no, hell cop's real, man. I saw him take my girlfriend. I'm not.
It's so good.
I'm in.
So then hell cops takes Rachel to the donut diner.
Yes, Pluto's,
where all the Stillers work.
You know, and I love there's all the references everywhere, though, are all to, like, there's Charon and Pluto's, like, everything is something to do with, like, an underworld or a hell from a different religion or something.
My other driver, or no, what is it, somebody had a bumper sticker, it's like my other driver.
My co-pilot is Pontius.
Something like Pontius, like co-pilot or co-driver or something, yeah.
And, like, the governor that killed Jesus, yeah. Like, it's so good.
Just dumb jokes. So he takes her to the donut shop, and all the dead cops in the donut shop, which in itself is a good joke.
Yes.
Are like harassing the hell cop, trying to steal his breakfast and his coffee, because the lady at the donut shop won't give the cops any coffee.
Yeah, she won't serve them.
That's the joke.
And it's not like she's denying them service. It's just that she's like, "Oh yeah, what would you like?" And they're like, "Oh, we want like coffee and a donut." And she's like, "Oh, that's lovely. My old husband," and just like goes into stories. And then they're like, "Okay, that's great. Can you give me my coffee and donut?" She's like, Yeah. So anyway, and just like keeps going.
I think it's funny that is cop hell.
Yes.
The donut shop where they won't give them coffee.
Yes, it's really good. And one of the main cops is, of course, Jerry Stiller.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's dad, and he's trying to steal Hellcop's coffee because she's willing to give it to Hellcop because Hellcop's scary. Hellcop's the cop in hell, not a mortal cop sent down, right?
So they steal his coffee, and then Hellcop blasts him.
Yes.
But this gives Rachel a moment to pour hot scalding hell coffee from hell.
Which is acid. Yes.
Onto the handcuffs, which releases the handcuffs so she can run away. But she runs away into a biker gang from Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
Run by a Highlander.
He's got a fucking sword. And he, like, threatens Hellcop with it.
With the sword, like it's a gun. Yeah, he's like, yes. I'll shoot you too, Hellcop, with my sword.
Yeah, you don't know, man. You don't own me. Fucking cop. And he's got his little groupie gang that the whole time he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get Hellcop," and they're like, "You get him," and he's like, "Yeah, I got him." Oh God, good job, leader. Like, there's
the whole groupie gang also has like in-universe consistent characterization of like the clown groupie, the dentist groupie,
who's like grabs one of them and has like a dental mirror, like you said. Like, you're like, what is he doing at the dental mirror? He's holding the guy's mouth, like. Yep.
It's so good, but he gives Rachel back to Hellcop after stopping her because he wants a favor from Hellcop later.
Yes.
And now he owes him one.
Now you owe me. I wanted to mention, too, that as she's going in and out of Pluto's, on the sidewalk is the cook.
Yes.
It's so hot.
Which is Ben Stiller.
Yes, I was gonna say, Ben Stiller is cooking eggs on the sidewalk and, like, meat and stuff in this pile of, like, char and piss outside on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you wanna taste this beef? It's my favorite meat ever. Oh, you're vegetarian? That's cool. Don't worry, it just tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it'll be great. You'll love it. It's like chicken. You're a vegetarian?
What the fuck, vegetarian? You ran away from me, you vegetarian piece of shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Ben?
There's some I thought that was hilarious, personally. There was some real good stuff from him there. It's funny for me to be like, man, I like Ben Stiller in this, but also I like Ben Stiller in this.
I think when...
It's just a few bit parts, but...
When the Highlander gives Rachel back to Hellcop, Rachel calls him a bastard.
Yes.
And I can't overstate the charisma of this man.
Oh, yeah.
Because he turns around and is like, bastard! Well, that's a compliment here. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bastard!
Down here, that's a compliment.
Oh my god. That dude's great. He's got like a really good look for the biker dude. As like, if you're thinking of like biker Highlander, you immediately think of like long hair and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, no, that whatever you've thought up in your head, that's the guy that they got.
That's
to play
biker
him. Like,
Highlander. That's him.
Nailed him.
That's him.
Yeah.
So then Charlie's driving towards the donut shop, and he gets stopped, or he stops by some random building with a hot rocker chick, who is a real rocker chick.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what band she's in, but...
God, yeah, I know her name, up, even. Yeah. There's a bunch of cameos by some well-known people. Like we already said, like Jerry Stiller and Gilbert Gottfried and all these people. So there's a lot of them. Yeah.
But she stops. She's like, "Oh, you want some sex, drugs, and rock and roll?"
Yeah.
Okay, well...
He's like, well, I'm looking for the way to hell. And she's like, well, sex, drugs, and rock and roll will get you there, and I know where all that is. Yeah.
Okay, but do you know where Hellcop is? Oh, I know where Hellcop is. All right, then just get in. Oh, well, there's got to be room for two, though. And suddenly there's the ice cream guy.
There's just... Yeah. And she's like, okay, I'll get in the back. Do you have room for two? And then suddenly this just... Through the window, this dude lunges instantly into the car. Like, so we're talking, like... in a quarter of a second, and he's just screaming like, you want ice cream? He's wearing all his ice cream gear, and he's all zombie makeuped up and everything.
And then he's got a scoop. He's like, I'll scoop your brain out.
It's hell.
And Charlie just blasts him like a hole through his styrofoam face, and it's so Evil Dead. It's Evil Dead.
Goofy and bad. It looks terrible, but like
it's perfect.
On purpose terrible.
It's
yeah,
perfect.
Exactly. It's amazing.
There's just one thing.
Whatever.
Have you got room for two?
Who the hell is... What? Hey, fuck him up, Ben!
This is an ice cream, dude.
It sure is.
It has the music for it, too.
I'm gonna scoop your brain! Scoop your own brains.
What the fuck? But why?
Amazing.
But during this, I think is... no. Does he go after Hellcop? Somehow his car gets damaged. I think he does drive after Hellcop.
He does find Hellcop.
And Hellcop shoots his car.
Shoots his car up, yeah.
Yeah, because he does this whole real chase in the desert where they're bouncing vehicles off of each other, and it looks like fucking Terminator 2.
Or Mad Max.
Or Mad Max. It looks great. Then
this is before Terminator 2, because this was shelved for a couple of years. It was 1989.
89 is when
this movie was finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was released in 91, but released in the States in 92. It has a very weird release cycle.
They didn't believe in it. They thought that it was gonna... They were thinking of just shelving it forever, which, God, I'm so glad that didn't happen.
If this came out in 89 or 90, I think it would have had a good chance. But
I wonder. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to know, because like that's the thing, is you need promotion and stuff. Like this basically went straight to video, so... had a very limited release.
At times, this reminds me of Total Recall, also, with like the fake ads playing and.
Yeah, it's got a little Verhoeven in it in a way. Does. Yeah, there's some satire. Like everything's larger than life and strange.
It is, and it all has deeper meaning, but not in like a stuck-up way.
Yeah, you said like kind of They Live vibes. Like it has
like I don't know
a lot of.
Is the theme like I don't even know what the theme would be. Free will? I don't like making your own decision, escaping like
I don't.
society.
This one I don't know. I think this one would more
it's
have
messy.
It's just fun. I think this one's more just fun. I don't know that there's a deeper meaning in it, but like style wise, it shares a lot in common with like a lot of the kind of schlock classics. And what I mean by that is like They Live, Total Recall, like the Verhoeven, John Carpenter,
even Running Man a bit,
a little bit of the Sam Raimi with like some of the weird zoom in and spinny shots and things like that. Like there's a lot of that kind of cheese in it, and I'm sure that the director, it's Ant de Jong or Eight de Jong.
I think it's Ata de Jong or de Jong.
Yeah, because it's a Dutch film director, but I would be surprised if he didn't list a lot of those people as influences.
It does even feel like the later Nightmare on Elm Streets, which makes sense because it has a writer for one of the later Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yes.
Right?
That's the funny thing about, Brian Helgeland is not only did he do LA Confidential and a bunch of other really, really well critically acclaimed movies, he also started his career doing this and Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yep. So, like, there's all this... There's so much of that part of the industry in this movie, and it's so weird that I don't know about this film.
Yeah, I know. I never heard about this thing, and it's really cool.
A tow truck shows up trying to steal Charlie's car, his hell car. And Charlie...
From AAA.
From AAA, yes. Everybody knows AAA. That's Anarchy, Armageddon, and Annihilation. AAA.
So fucking good.
Which is also I think the other side of the vehicle also said Satanic Mechanic, which is like a Rocky Horror joke.
Yep.
So they were trying everything to put so many jokes in.
It's constant. Every scene has little bits in it.
And the guy that's towing his car is stopped by Charlie with his cool magic shotgun. And he's like, "Hey man, that's my car. Stop taking my car, man." And the mechanic's just like, I mean, it's not going to do any good, in the middle of the desert. Like, I'll take it. Let me take it back to my place and I'll fix it for you.
Oh, and then, man, this mechanic's just like super friendly and really calm and cool and collected. He's just like,
he's like, hey, you should just come with me and I'll fix it for you. Oh, you're going to take a look at it? I never said I'd look at it.
I said I'd fix it. I'm really good at fixing anything.
Yeah. Do we have a deal here? And he puts his hand down.
And we're sitting there going like, "Oh, Charlie, you do not understand where you are, huh, man?" And it's like, yeah, we got a deal. What's your name? Beazle. Oh, weird. You got an eye ring on your hand, huh? That doesn't mean anything, right? And anyway, I'll just go off the Satanic Mechanic.
And also, there's a small kid there called Adam. And Adam and Charlie start taking off together and hitting it off. Because Adam likes his cool dog, Mr. Ben.
Yes. Which I also like his cool dog, Mr. Ben.
And then they talk at a later point, and he's like, "Adam, I'll take you back with me if I ever get out of here." "You will? Do you swear on your heart? Let's make a deal."
Let's make a deal. And I'm like, "God damn it, Charlie. God damn it."
And Charlie immediately shakes his hand and doesn't even think about it. And it's like, yes.
Yeah, Adam, the son of Beazle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just make a deal with you to take you out of hell. This is good. I'm sure it's fine. What's the problem?
It's so good. So
yeah, why wouldn't I?
So Beazle,
I'll just make deals with everybody. Everybody's so friendly here.
Beazle fixes up his hell car, and Charlie goes on his way with Adam. And I think he leaves with Adam, right? Or does Adam just like...
Adam just pops up.
Oh, he's hanging on the side of his car.
He's hanging on the side of the car.
I forgot about
Yes! Yeah, no, you have, there's like a wide shot of him driving into the desert, and as that happens, you yelled out, you went, "What the fuck is that kid on the car?" And they've just got like, it's just a wide overhead shot of this car driving down the highway, and there's a little kid like holding onto the wheel like a little goblin.
I need to, now's a good point to make a point of this, I guess. This movie does a really good job of show instead of tell.
Yeah.
And it'll just show you lore building things in the background of other scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this kid hanging on the side and then just climbing in the window in the next scene. Or Beazle with his butler getting a chair.
Yes.
As he's about to go watch the ending of the movie.
Yeah, like, and it's just in the background. Like, they don't draw attention to it. It's just very, very small in the background.
Bring me a chair, I must watch this. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
No, he's just getting it. You're like, that's really funny.
Well, and I love that they showed him, like, hanging on the side of the car, because they could have totally just had him, like, pop out from the back. Like, that's a common trope,
in the back
right?
with Mr. Ben or something, yeah. But no.
But instead, like, they actually show how he got in the back of the car, which is that he was gremlining on the side of it. Like, a little bastard.
It's so good.
It's fucking amazing.
And if you weren't paying attention, you'd be like, wait, what? But I was paying attention, so I knew.
Yes. I don't know how you could watch this movie and not pay attention. It is gripping.
So anyway, they drive to Hoffa's strip club.
Yes.
With a slot machine out front.
Yeah, there's a giant Hoffa slot machine that has Hoffa holding a Tommy gun as the lever to spin
the one-armed bandit,
wheels.
yeah.
And then the wheels on it say Hoffa's, but then they spin at different points and say things like, I love hell.
Yep. It's real good. It's such a dumb joke.
It's so dumb, but it's really good.
So they get a Hoffa's where all the bad people go to party.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a strip club. And also Rachel's there handcuffed to one of the strip cages. And Hell Cop's there. And Charlie finally has his one-on-one with Hell Cop. And immediately fucking lose.
Immediately gets his ass kicked. That's one of the best parts about this movie. You mentioned, again, like the John Carpenter connection, a little bit of Big Trouble in Little China
that
feel
too. Yeah.
From this a couple times. And this definitely feels like that, because, like, if you know Rob Lowe, like, Chad Lowe looks very similar.
Mm-hmm.
That's not action movie guy.
No.
Like, he's not, you wouldn't call him, like, he's not, skinny and not ripped. Like, he's a pretty ripped dude in a way. But also, he just doesn't have that action movie persona look kind of thing about him. And he just feels like this dude that's stuck in hell. And he gets his ass handed to him appropriately, instantly.
He is dumb of ass and heart of gold.
Yes.
Which more 80s action heroes need to be.
Mm-hmm. And, like, he's not competent.
No.
Like, he's no idea what he's doing. He's totally out of his depth. He shoots Hellcop twice, and then Hellcop just brushes the bullet
brushes
off,
it off.
literally.
I love that. Where he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Then grabs his own gun and shoots him in the chest with his own gun. I'm just like, all right, well, that's over, and just walks away. Like, Hellcop fucking wrecks him instantly.
And then Beazle shows up, and he fixes all sorts of things. Cars, people.
I can fix anything.
Horse race.
Horse races.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beazle's such a stand-up guy. Yeah.
So he fixes Charlie, which I assume is part of the deal, because Charlie made a deal to take out Hellcop and save Rachel, I think. I don't know what the actual deal was. I'm a little lost on that.
I can't remember the exact, there was some wording to it.
But Beazle saves him, Gilbert Gottfried's Hitler, and then they leave. And... and he has to go...
He's not Hitler, though. He's Bob.
He's
you
Bob.
leave Bob alone. Bob's been persecuted enough.
Cleopatra keeps telling him to just go to therapy and
God, that was a great...
accept his fucking fate already, goddammit.
There's some great bits. There's some really good side bits. We can't do
There's a side bit of, like, reserved table for, like...
Yeah, a bunch of
jokes.
Jerry Lewis, and, like, they have a bunch of names,
Anyway. It's like Spaceballs. There's too many jokes.
There's a lot of jokes.
So then they go to the highway to nowhere, which is plagued by Volkswagens.
Yeah. Like 100 VW bugs all around.
That shot is not digitally altered, by the way. They got actual people with Volkswagens to just show up and drive in the desert for that shot.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking good.
It looks great. It looks fantastic. They have them drive into a matte painting of, like, this giant cave.
And then, at that point, Charlie gets to nowhere, which is a sign pointing into the cave. So he has to stop his car, get out. Hellcop's there, because his car's parked. And he's walking through the cave to nowhere, which leads into another dream sequence, like 80s bedroom.
Yep.
Which is weird.
Like they're in a lot. It feels like a Vegas hotel room, is what it feels like.
Because that's where he was trying to take her.
Kind of the plot. That's where he's trying to take her. He's trying to take her to Vegas so they can elope.
I didn't think about that. Huh.
So I actually feel like that was very much like, oh, this is a Vegas hotel room, much like where
he's going for sex, and then
she's
all
tied up in, and she's tied up in a way that's like very S&M, like on the bed, ready, kind of thing.
But it's supposed to be Hellcop tied her up, but no, I think you're right. This is all like subconscious of what he wants and what he's imagining.
Yep.
Anyways, Hellcop shows up, not through the door, but through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, he's sitting there like pointing the gun at the door, waiting for Hellcop to come through, and Hellcop just like, fuck that, I'm going through the fucking wall, bitch!
Real good. And he grabs Charlie and swings him around by holding his feet like Hagar from Final Fight.
This felt very Sam Raimi to me. This part in particular felt very Evil Dead.
Especially because they do the mirror thing, Evil Dead.
And they do like the spinny camera kind of like weird work with like really tight close-ups of his face as he's spinning around the room and going manic and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this feels real,
Because he throws Charlie. Charlie grabs the cop's gun, which you should do.
Always do.
Apparently.
Always do, apparently.
That's what the movie told me. And he shot Hellcop, which disintegrates him, except for his clothes and his sunglasses.
Yes.
And then Rachel is like, wow, that was so brave of you, Charlie. Let's have sex right now.
It's making me so hot. I just can't wait.
And as they're like smooching up, Charlie sees in the mirror that, wait a minute, that's some demon.
Yeah. And he was very obviously kind of like, well, I don't know that we should be... This seems like a bad time to do this.
Yep. So then he kills the demon and leaves.
Yeah.
As Hellcop's clothes teleport somewhere else. And his Hellcar. His Hellcop car.
And his Hellcar teleports. Yeah, the clocks on the walls teleport. He, when he kills the demon... He shoots her and she falls back into the bed and the bed falls apart into a portal into hell.
It's so
like
cool.
Further into hell.
It's so
really
cool.
Great. Yeah.
And then they drive to the river Styx, which is where they bottle the beer Styx.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a beer
it's good
for
beer.
The most toxic beer in hell.
What are you doing here? This is my wizard forest where I bottle my wizard beer. This is real piss water, Styx. I don't know if this is the best movie we've seen.
It's...
But I'm having a real good time.
And Enslave. Oh my god.
Styx beer?
This is incredible.
Than any other regular beer. The worst beer.
We've got that wizard beer.
The deadliest beer. It's Styx beer.
And now we return to our feature presentation, Bowling for Leftovers.
This stuff's toxic as fuck.
And as Charlie tries to sneak into the river Styx, past the road to nowhere, to take the shortcut to Hell City. He can't go because Karen is there.
Yeah.
And the Cerberus dog is blocking them. So Mr. Ben acid pisses on... Or maybe it's just because it's so hot? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just that it's so hot.
But Mr. Ben distracts the CGI... No, it's not even CGI. It's stop motion. The stop motion Cerberus.
It's not CGI. It's 89.
It looks so bad and so good, and I love it.
It looks terrible, but also, like, in that charming way.
Yeah.
And he goes just outside of where the chain for Cerberus is, and, like, pisses.
To taunt
him.
To
taunt him. Mr. Ben fucking asserts dominance over Cerberus. And it lets...
this lets Charlie sneak through.
Sneak past, yeah. That's what it was called?
Happy Faces.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Fucking... Cerberus, God.
Yo! Good dog.
Stop motion.
the car,
This Cerberus is why we wanted to watch this to begin with. I don't think we knew about Ben.
Ben! What are you doing?
Fuck him up, Ben! Yo, fuck him up!
I owe you one, buddy. Back to the bar.
And then he talks to Karen, and he's like, hey, I need to go. My girlfriend got grabbed by a Hellcop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to pay the toll and also be dead.
Well, but I'm alive, and so's she. Well, rules were made to be broken.
Well, okay, I guess. Yeah,
I guess.
Get on.
But there's no going back.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. There's a lot of you can't look back. That shows up a lot, actually.
Well, they do a very big Orpheus thing here, like very, very much. Like from the Charon thing on is basically they just redo Orpheus. The minute they sneak past Cerberus, it's just the story of Orpheus. He goes into hell. He goes on the boat with Charon. He makes a deal with
Beelzebub,
with the actual devil. Well, he doesn't know that it's Beelzebub yet.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
Surprisingly, somehow
we figured it out.
He's not figured it out
because we're not Charlie.
Yeah. But the devil is there, and he like, hey, listen, like, I need to take her out, and like they have this big conversation, and he goes, well, I'm gonna take her. And he's like, okay, fine, you can go, but don't look back. And so then, of course, when he's running through all of like the art installations they have in hell, because there's like a
art
weird
installation. I think you mean the Beck music video. I've seen a Beck music video. I know what this looks like.
But yeah, there's like all these weird like people dressed in like the full like Green Man kind of suits, but they're flesh colored.
It's just a
with, like,
nylon bodysuit, but it's made to camouflage with the random graffiti walls.
Yeah, like it all looks like oh god, I'm trying to remember the artist. The guys that just do splatters. For some reason my brain's not thinking, but like all of that. And so, anyways,
is it Warhol?
Of course,
no.
Warhol was kind of part of that movement, but no, that's not who I'm thinking of. Okay. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Like all that movement, and my brain just. I keep on trying to come back to it. And I can't think of it.
Immediately Charlie looks back.
Yeah, because she trips, which is exactly the story of Orpheus.
Yeah.
And he looks back to grab her, and then of course all of them come out and at him. And he jumps into Hellcop's car, and they hotwire it.
And they drive through this underside of a bridge that's been spray painted, and it looks so fucking industrial and cool. Mm-hmm. And they drive into a wall because they believe, and you see the shittiest fucking thing ever as they go through the wall over the canyon to another wall.
Oh, that green screen looks really bad. This one is almost inexcusable. Like, as much as they're having fun with it, this one was like...
And then this takes them back to the cave where he parked his hell car with Mr. Ben before getting to Hell City.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like shit!
Yeah, it sure did!
Oh, what a banger.
That'll slow down.
And as they're leaving, the Hellcop car that he shot the engine of to try and stop Hellcop from ever using it is being repaired by a bunch of Three Stooges mechanics going, Hellcop, Hellcop, it's Hellcop!
Hellcop is here! Oh my god, Hellcop, Hellcop!
And then
he just, like, grabs them and throws them out of the engine block.
He throws them like Ewoks.
Yes. And one of them is still working on it, and so he just slams the lid down on the guy, and you just see his legs flopping out the side.
It's like the witch's legs in fucking... like... Wizard of Oz. It's very dumb. Sure. Very dumb.
It's really good, yeah.
Why are the Stooges here? Oh, it's Hellcop! Hellcop! alright. That's really good. It's so stupid. And then Hellcop's going after them, because he didn't disintegrate at all. He's Hellcop. Nope.
He's Hellcop. There's only one way to kill Hellcop, as we find out.
Yep. So,
because
they go back to Beasel's place, because Beasel was going to help them escape.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beasel shows up, and he's like, well, you can leave, but you have to go that way. But can't I make you stay? Maybe make a deal?
And Charlie's like, what? And he goes, okay, listen, you cannot be as fucking thick as this, right? You do realize I'm the devil. And he goes, yeah, okay, I kind of thought.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, okay, yeah, well, you were the whole time.
And anyway, you can't take my son, Adam. He's my son.
You're not allowed to take my son. My son wants to stay with me, don't you, Adam? And he's like, yes, I promised I'd stay. Because that was actually one of the things. The reason why they got away from Beasel the first time is that Adam said, well, if you let them go, I promise I'll be good and stay. Kind of.
Yep.
He says, like, some kind of thing like that. And
but Charlie wants to take Adam. And he refuses that.
Yes.
But he has no deal for Beasel to make the change.
Well, because Beasel's like, well, what are you going to give me? And he's like, well, I'll let you keep Adam. And he's like, I already have him? I'm not interested. And so then
if we don't get away, you can keep him. Oh, well, I mean, I can just not.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, and then Rachel's like, well, you could take me, I guess. Oh, okay, well.
He's like, all right, I'll do that. And then as he's like, okay, so what's the deal? We're going to race Hellcop to get out of hell. And if I win the race, then we get to go free. And as he's sitting there, Adam is like talking in the one window. And then Beasel, like, from the side corner, out of the, like, he like pops his head through the other window in the background and he goes, hey, by the way, got a deal for you. Would you like to be a quarterback in the NFL for the Rams? And then
Charlie's like tipping his 49ers hat.
Puts on his 49ers cap.
If you said the 49ers, I might have taken it.
Yeah, he's like, leave them both and I'll make you a quarterback in the NFL if you leave
I ain't playing for the fucking Rams.
I ain't playing for the goddamn Rams, you piece of shit.
It's like, okay.
Such a dumb joke. But they had fun with it.
Hey, Charlie. Suppose I made you quarterback of the Rams. Would you give me Rachel and Adam?
What the fuck?
You know, if you'd have said the Niners, I might have said yeah. But you didn't. So go to hell.
You said the fucking Rams, bro.
Wear your seatbelt. Oh, God.
So dumb.
Rules.
So then they're getting chased because Highlander guy is mad at Beasel for not letting him leave. And there's all this world building of Highlander being the one who was supposed to originally be brought back because Beasel was letting him help him be his right-hand man or something.
Son or
there's
some weird lore about it.
Yeah. And he's mad that Beasel won't let him, and Beasel's like, you're a disappointment. So then he decides to go off on his own because his groupies won't attack Hellcop.
Oh God, we also didn't mention too that Motorbike Gang's girlfriend, is actually the young wife, who's still young, of Sam from the last stop at the beginning of the movie.
And she doesn't want to go back because she's just accepted her fate of eternity in hell.
Basic, something like that.
But Highlander does want to go because eternity's too long.
Yes, God.
So then he goes after Charlie, and Hellcop's about to stop him by shooting him, and then he aims his sword at him like a gun. He's like, you owe me, Hellcop.
Yeah, I told you you'd owe me. So Hellcop lowers his gun and lets him go.
And then he goes after Charlie and just starts like stabbing the car from the side.
He almost hits that dog.
He does.
Twice. He's a bad boy.
And then, as he's about to get shot by Charlie, the young wife stops him by blinding him with her like shawl or whatever, and this causes them to go over a small cliff of maybe 5 feet.
No, it's more than that, but it's not much more than that.
And they both die with Highlander getting impaled on his Highlander.
Yes, he stabs himself. He has the most. He has the most. Oh God. He has the most pathetic end where he just like
fuck him.
Total fail son the entire movie.
Complete failure.
Like totally unaccepted by his dad, the devil, trying to leave. Like falls off his fucking bike and immediately like cloud of dust settles and he's just dead in the middle of the road.
He's like,
you're like, what?
He Yamchas in the crater. It's just nothing.
And, stabs himself and dies.
And then Hellcop goes after Charlie now that Highlander's had his chance.
Yes.
And as he's shooting at the car and Charlie's shooting back, they keep looking for ammo and the ammo's going around and it's this really hectic, chaotic chase that's really fun. Adam suddenly pops up. He's like, "No, you idiot! You need to shoot Hellcop in the glasses. That's his weak spot."
That's what we needed to talk about this. Yes,
you can't just shoot him in the head, you idiot. He's Hellcop.
Well, and even better, Charlie goes, "What? Why didn't you tell me this at the beginning?"
Yeah, he sure does.
And Adam goes, "Well, I wasn't on your side then."
Yeah, I am now. I wasn't gonna fucking tell you anything.
I'm just gonna fucking... I'm a hell child. Goddamn. Fuck.
And is there...
How are you not getting that this is hell yet?
So after they find that out, they only have one bullet left. Their magic bullet gun that kills Hellcop that was given to them by the repair guy at the last chance stop. This lore is deep.
I love this movie.
And then Rachel's looking around for the bullet that fell, down to the floor, and she sees a switch, which they haven't seen yet, and that's the secret that was installed.
The secret of the car.
And it's the secret nitrous switch that makes the car go very fast.
Yep.
And fast enough to launch them back into the real world at the end of the road by winning the race against Hellcop.
But Hellcop plays dirty, so he follows them anyways to kill them.
Yep.
And he beats up the cop, beats the shit out of the real
one that was
cop
originally
that was
trying to stop them. Yep.
Yeah, because that guy is arresting Charlie for fucking menacing him with a shotgun.
In this case, fair.
Which is, I'm like, okay. I mean,
But Charlie
listen,
doesn't
I'm no fan of the cops, but also I know that you're going to be in real trouble if you stick a fucking shotgun in one.
Because Charlie is so relieved that he just made it. He's like, yes, arrest me, please. I don't give a shit.
And he's laughing, He's just laughing the whole time.
But Hellcop,
this is amazing.
Hellcop shows up, kills real cop, and then starts, bashing Charlie, and gets shot in the face by Rachel with the shotgun. She's like, "Hey, I found the bullet. I did it. Thumbs up."
Yeah,
I found it. Fuck Hellcop.
And then we get the wildest ending, which I mean, obviously Adam is the Antichrist, right? He's the son of the devil. His name's Adam.
Good boy.
No, he's not. He's just a good boy. He's just a kid. He goes and lives with his aunt and uncle.
Yep.
We get an 80s style text montage of Coach went on to win 3 championships.
The story of Charlie and Rachel's adventure was the basis for 3 hit popular video games. And Adam went on to live with his uncle or whatever and sent pictures of his dog to Charlie's dog all the time so Mr. Ben could see his dog. And
Mr. Ben stars in his own dog food commercials now.
Yeah,
they all get little vignettes of what they're doing now. And it's Breakfast Club.
The mechanic at the Last Chance Inn is still warning travelers to this day not to go down Hell Road, but they do it anyway. It's okay. What? It's like a goof comedy ending.
It's so weird. That one... I wish... The problem with this ending, though, is they do it only in text.
They needed to do they jump in the air and freeze.
Yes,
and then cut to 80s pictures of them in the place
of each
where they
individual
are.
person. Exactly.
Yes, they needed to do
they
that.
needed to go way further with that joke, and I'm kind of sad that one felt a little flat to me because it just they didn't go far enough with it.
There's some ideas that I don't think got fully baked in this movie.
Yes. Yeah.
And there are some that go just far enough where I'm like, fuck yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think it hits more of the fuck yes than the
Absolutely,
half-baked.
I feel like they definitely meant for Adam to have more going on once they got to the real world, but then probably were like,
I think they wanted him to be like an Indiana Jones sidekick, like kid character.
Well, but I think there was supposed to be like a twist, right?
Oh, maybe
in a way, like where
they
Adam
fucked
is
up.
yeah. Well, because like, why would you bring a hell child out of like literally Satan's son named Adam out of hell? Because he's like, no, I just really want out of hell. Please, will you take me? Like, that's a trap. That's 100% a trap. There's no way that you take somebody out of hell like that.
It can't be a trap. They shook on it. He swore.
Yeah,
to
you
his
can't
heart.
make a deal with the devil. Those always work out well. But like,
yeah,
it felt like there was some kind of setup there, and then it never went anywhere. So I feel like they maybe just ran out of time and budget and stuff to do things like that. Like that felt like a half-baked thing because it really did seem like it was going to set up something, especially with all the handshaking. Like, are you sure it's a deal? You'll take me?
Yeah, right.
Like that felt very like, and then it doesn't do anything.
It didn't really go too far.
Surprising.
Yeah.
So there's a few things like
there's
that.
But the makeup art is top notch. The stunts are top notch.
Yes.
The jokes are very good and constant.
Yeah. And like even if they're not that good, again,
there's
it's
another
one of those movies where wait 5 seconds. There's always something new.
It's like a Gremlins 2 situation almost. Like there's just so many. There's so many.
I've never seen Gremlins 2.
Oh, Gremlins 2 is it's way better than you think it would be because okay,
sure.
Quick aside about Gremlins 2. They did not like the idea of making Gremlins 2 at all, and they got forced into it by the studio. So they're like, "Well, we'll just make the worst fucking Gremlins movie you've ever seen, then, you fuckers." And the whole movie is just spite. And
fair enough.
It's great. they shit on everything related to Gremlins.
All right, we'll have to do a watch of both of those.
Oh man.
This movie was a lot of fun. I can't believe that we haven't heard of it. Like, us in particular. This seems like such a movie for our taste.
It does.
And I've never heard of anybody talk about this.
And I don't even know if this has been on like one of those like the drive-thrus or the... I haven't seen this on TV. This probably wouldn't have got a TV release with all the boobs. But
yeah, it does have some sex, drugs, and violence, as it says.
It's got what it says on the tin.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure does.
But it feels like it should have been in one of those like cult B-movie shows showcasing it somewhere, and maybe it is, but
yeah, and I've heard that it has a cult following after looking it up because we watched it.
Yeah.
Like I looked at a couple things, but I've never seen any evidence of that personally, which is strange.
This is your time to make it that cult following. This is your time to watch this. We don't usually suggest you watch a movie, but this is one.
This is one of them. This is
one.
up there with the Yattermans and stuff. Like, this is definitely just like, as you said, we found a hidden gem. I don't think that it's perfect. It's certainly not like my favorite movie of all time or anything like that. But if you're looking for like schlocky B-movie fun, this is right in the wheelhouse.
If you want a film with penis music, you got it.
I mean, it is what you think it is on the cover, and it fucking rules if you're going for it.
All right, let's rate the dogs, I guess.
Yeah, let's rate Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben rules.
Mr. Ben is there from moment one to the end of the film.
Yep.
And is constantly a companion to Charlie, and riding in the back, and also way better than Cerberus, as it turns out.
As it turns out, yeah, this dog absolutely shits on Cerberus. Almost literally.
Mr. Ben's a good boy. Not quite a hellhound. I would rate at least a 6.65 out of 10. I think it's close.
No, I'm giving him a 6.67. He's better than Cerberus. He's one more. He's higher than Cerberus. We watched him piss all over Cerberus's shit.
It's true.
And tell him, hey, come at me, bro.
It's true.
And then Ben's just asserting dominance. He also side-eyes the fuck out of Charlie when he tries to
when Charlie's like schmoozing on Rachel. He's like, hey, not in the Pinto, buddy.
He's in the back seat. Yeah, he's driving a Ford Pinto at the beginning. They have all these stupid jokes about it. Yeah. God.
Oh, man. So, Mr. Ben, 6.65, 6.67. We'll cut that in the middle. That's a 666 out of 10 dog.
Wait a minute. Did we bring this dog back to Earth? Did we take the dog out of hell?
The other dog is Cerberus, which I will not rate because we already rated that dog in the movie Cerberus.
Correct. No.
Yeah, I know.
We can't rate it twice.
Can't rate it twice. That's the rules.
Double jeopardy applies,
sorry,
yeah.
All right, well, that's Highway
No
to
dog
Hell.
can be condemned for its crimes twice, and Cerberus is a crime.
That's Highway to Hell, I guess. Thanks for listening, everybody, to Rough Cuts and supporting us on Patreon. You can check us out on social media at Blue Sky as well as co-host. You can email us suggestions or fan art or anything else you have that is appropriate.
or maybe not appropriate. We have gotten some messages from some directors and stuff sometimes, which is really rad. I loved getting the one from the director of Soccer Dog, which is a movie that we also really liked.
We've also reached out to the Dog Man director, and we got t-shirts. That was great.
Yeah,
we paid for those, but I appreciate it still.
All right, but yeah, thank you for watching. This was a blast. I unreservedly can tell you should watch this movie, which, dang.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking about maybe driving down a dark, lonesome road later. Go real fast, but like turn around a bunch of times. And
can I join you? I'll just grab the wheel like right as we pass a billboard, and I'm just gonna like spin it real hard. So we can cool donut.
We could do some real cool fucking donuts.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
hell yeah! Let's
do that. Yeah, I heard that's great. There's a Joshua tree. So you go by the Joshua tree, take a left.
And then do like 12 more lefts as you spin out.
All right, I'll meet you there.
I'll see you.
Yeah,
see you soon.
Fuck yeah.
Phone hell, boy. Drive there, but you can't phone hell.